Welcome to Behind the Step. I'm your host Sarah, and today we're exploring dance at the West Australian Academy of Performing Arts, or WAAPA, one of Australia's leading performing arts institutions, based at Edith Cowan University in Perth. On this episode, we'll discuss the courses on offer, the audition process, and the exciting move to Yagan Square, as well as what it really means to train at WAAPA. Joining me is Justin Rutzou, WAAPA's Contemporary Dance Coordinator. Justin has performed and choreographed internationally, worked with some of Australia's top contemporary dance companies, and now brings that experience directly into training WAAPA's next generation of dancers. He's not just teaching techniques, he's helping students understand how to build a sustainable, creative and fulfilling career in the arts. This podcast is recorded on the land of the Whadjuk Noongar people. I pay my respects to the elders past, present and emerging. Okay, Justin, welcome to the podcast. Thank you for being here today.
Thanks for having me, Sarah.
Beautiful. So before we get into the nitty-gritty about the courses at WAAPA and the audition process, we're going to do some light, fun, quick questions. So coffee or tea to get through the day?
Definitely coffee.
Coffee. What's your coffee order?
Probably just 3 black coffees in the morning before I've even got to work.
3?
Yeah. It takes a lot to wake this
and
body
then
up.
you don't do anything throughout the day?
No coffee after that.
Okay, good, because I think 3 is your max.
Yeah. I have them all at once.
Beautiful. Your first dance style you ever trained in?
Classical ballet.
That was at VCAS, wasn't it? Or?
Well, I started when I was about 5 for about a week because the neighbours did ballet class. But my father was an AFL football player, so he sat me on the steps after the last class and went, I don't think you should be doing this.
Oh
so
my gosh.
I didn't start again until I was 13.
Wow. I never knew that. That's crazy. Okay, your favourite performance you've ever been a part of, either as a dancer, a choreographer or an educator?
I think more a period of time. There was a company I worked with for about 4 years and we toured a lot overseas. So you know, at least 2 or 3 times a year. So I saw lots of different countries in that time.
Right.
And I think that for a period of time, that was special for me.
Yeah, the experiences that came along with the performance.
Yep.
And then one song that always makes you dance.
Oh, I do have a whole list of songs that I clean the house to that make me dance.
I can think of the ones from the classes. You know how whenever there's not the percussionist, there's like one song that gets put into a class?
And it would be?
Rihanna? Was it Rihanna?
Oh, it was Rihanna. Yeah. There's definitely lots of Rihanna going on.
What's the Rihanna song that you put in class? What?
Better Have My Money.
Oh, yeah. Better Have My Money. We can say it. We'll just speak it out. If you weren't teaching dance, what would you be doing?
Working with animals in some form.
Like a vet? Or
probably not at this age because I don't think I could go back and do that, but definitely, in some way working with animals.
Okay, lovely. Okay, we're going to start our
Okay,
part A.
let's go.
Okay, so we are focusing on WAAPA today as a course and an institute and the missions. So for students who might not know, what are the courses available at WAAPA?
We run quite a few courses. So we run vet courses, higher ed courses and postgraduate courses. So I think today probably the courses that students will be really interested in are our undergraduate courses. So if I talk about it like this, it might make it a little bit clearer.
We'll separate it.
We run a classical ballet course. Which is focused to give students outcomes in classical ballet. So if you want to be a ballet dancer or in companies with high technical requirements, that's kind of the pathway that you would want to go through to gain the skills. And that's built from a diploma in first year of elite performance and then an advanced diploma in second year. And then you're using the credit points from those 2 courses against a bachelor course. And so you go into the BA conversion in your 3rd year.
Yes.
And that runs for 18 months.
But you could finish at second year, right?
You could finish at the end of first year if you were successful and collect your diploma.
Yeah.
At the end of second year, your advanced diploma, and at the end of the 18 months after that, you can collect the bachelor.
And when they're looking at first year, they're looking at specifically classical ballet and the ballet training. So we're looking at point work, pas de deux, and repertoire. Yep. And then in second year, they're expanding it to maybe choreography.
Yeah, so we kind of do choreography across all 3 years.
Okay.
So that's a mainstay. Everyone's going to do that. But yes, you're building the ballet skills over those 3 years.
Yes, getting more difficult as you move on.
That's right.
Yeah.
Performances are all in the classical genre. So be doing nutcrackers and swan lakes and things like that as performance outcomes.
And then the bachelor's degree is the other course.
The bachelor is the contemporary focus course, the one that you obviously went
Yes.
through. Runs
A
for
long time ago.
3 years. and we're running a different course now to the one that you did.
Oh, so it's changed over.
Yes, so now it's called the T73 rather than the G48,
Right.
and the units have become less units across the year. So we have, I think it's 8 units, 4 in each semester. And so the larger of those units are the technical and performance units. So again, about giving you the real life skills that you need to become a professional dancer, but also a whole lot of other skills if you chose over the 3 years that your focus slightly changed from being a performer. There's the plan Bs, the plan Cs, so education.
And also just like the collaboration of the opportunities.
Absolutely.
Because I think what a lot of students envision is, okay, if I go to WAAPA, I need to be a professional dancer.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing that holds people back from going to the auditions.
Yeah.
Because they're looking, I mean, for the diploma course, you want to have a drive for ballet. You have to love classical ballet.
Yes.
And you have to have a drive for that form.
Yep.
But with the bachelor course, it allows you to experience so many other things.
And we're kind of looking for different things. So for the BA course, you're really looking for leaders, people that are really focused and drive themselves through a course, have a focus of what they want to get out of that course. And so sometimes that is performance and being in a company. Other people come in with ideas about being an educator, a teacher, and they want to get
those.
But
I didn't. I actually changed. I was like, I'm going to be I was going to be a ballet dancer. Then I got put in the bachelor course and I was like, okay, I'm touching the floor. This is happening. And then second year, I was like, oh, I really love education. And so then that was my drive.
Yes.
But still at a very high skilled level of dancing.
Yep.
Like you don't drop down and be like, okay, now they're an educator.
Oh, no.
No, we're making you as good as a professional dancer.
In order to pass those units, you have to be working really hard. But the focus might be different. Like you say, in second year, you started to shift and change, and we have units like dance teaching methods, some sports and science units. So they kind of give you a little taste of what else dance can drive you to for other careers. And so
dancers are the best in every job.
That just is a blueprint for everything that you do in your life.
Yeah. And just to refocus in on this bachelor's degree, it's contemporary dance focused.
Yep.
But are you still doing different units in different dance styles?
So ballet and contemporary across all our courses are our training techniques. So everyone's going to do them. It's just a different focus. In the ballet course, you're doing 5 ballet classes a week and 4 contemporary. In the BA course, you're doing 5 contemporary courses and 4 ballet classes. So just slightly weighted differently. And then the add-ons, like the point work, the pas de deux, the repertoire, you do in the ballet course, you'll do the opposite for the contemporary. So duo, improvisation, repertoire.
Yeah. And then third year is secondments and placement.
That's right. Yeah. So again, we're really focused on giving people the opportunity to see what that company life is like. And so you have opportunities to go and spend a secondment week with different companies to give you, not to get a job, it's not an audition. Yeah. It's about you viewing and seeing, is this good for me? And it doesn't have to be dance companies. People have done ABC filming, music theatre, dance teaching, physio.
So getting that experience,
Trying to drive what you want to do with all of this and where you want to go with it.
And I think it also it gives some clarity to students as well, because you've been in, university, WAAPA, it's go, go, go every year. You're doing another performance, it's the next thing. And then I think that secondment is a moment to go, okay, do I fit here? Does this reflect my dance style, this place? Or do I need to find somewhere else? Or what is something that I want to do?
And companies are different. Like if you're in a very large company, just say you're in the Australian Ballet, there's, 80 dancers or something, probably more. That's different to being in a small company like ADC with 6 dancers. Yeah. They're different ways of working, so getting chances to see
what it looks like and how it feels in the day-to-day life. If we were to it's going to, obviously that's actually quite long, but if we were just going to put it into a nice little package of what Dance at WAAPA's mission is, or what the idea of Dance at WAAPA is, what would that be?
I think the focus has always been on the training and the performance opportunities and creation. So they're the really large focuses of the course, that they're the things that you're going to be doing a lot.
Yeah.
And hopefully perfecting and becoming really good at. It's also about trying, I think, larger than the dance department in WAAPA, it's about what it's like. You work with musicians, you work with... collaboration. Set designers and costume designers. And oftentimes that's your little group. When you leave, you've made that little band. It's like a company already. So you get a good group of people with you that carries on past WAAPA.
And then you work with those people and you collaborate with them, and you've got all those connections. And I think here, especially in Western Australia, it's really great to have WAAPA as that kind of home to start your collaborations.
Yeah.
And be the place where you make connections. The industry is small. It actually is quite small. Australia feels big, but really once you're in the industry, you get to know so many of the same people, and you cross paths with the same people regularly. Yep. So it's kind of having that training, the performance qualities, and also the future, like your future building.
I think seen over a lot of time now that you don't even need to know the person that trained at WAAPA. So oftentimes when kids are leaving, they want to go overseas and they're going to train. We just hook them up with other students that we know are there. And because you are part of that family, now you've got a couch to stay on for a week.
And they're always like, oh, it's kind of like the word itself, like WAAPA, you trained at WAAPA. It's a guaranteed that you know the industry, you know the standard, you have a good expectation of a job. So it is also great to have that word.
Yeah,
because I've been overseas and stuff. It's got a great reputation. Yeah. So when you go overseas and you've said, I've trained at WAAPA, everyone knows that is at a high standard. Yep. We're going to get into the area that everyone wants to know about, that has requested it, highly requested on the podcast, which is auditions. I had a look on the website. It says applications close for auditions in WA on the 9th of September, but it also takes late submissions as well. So if you haven't got it in by, I think it's Tuesday the 9th of September, you can still apply. And you've done the written application and they've said, well done, you're going to do the audition in person. What should the dancers be expecting from the audition?
Firstly, I would like to allay everyone's fear, because it's an audition. The word audition is very one-sided.
Yes.
And when Kim McCarthy, who's the classical ballet unit coordinator, and I go on the interstate tour, he always starts the audition by saying, this is an audition for both of us. You are auditioning us to see if you want to work with us, and we are auditioning you to see if we're a good fit to work together. So I think that just takes the pressure off that you have to be something.
Yes.
It's about who you are, and do you also connect with the way that we're working. So that's the first thing.
Because it's your future.
Yeah.
It's for you. It's for you as a dancer.
Yes,
it's
absolutely.
Your future.
You need to feel comfortable that this is the place that you want to go to. In terms of the actual physical audition, it's slightly different between the diploma audition and the bachelor audition. So we just start the opposite way. So diploma, you will start with the ballet class for an hour and a half, and then female identifying people will do point work. Male identifying people will do some tours, grand turns, those kind of skills, just to see where we're at. Doesn't necessarily mean that you have to have all those skills, because again, we're looking for potential. If you're amazing, then you probably wouldn't be coming to us. You'd be going looking for work. So we're looking for potential.
You're going to train.
We're going to train. We don't want you too good, otherwise we've got nothing to do. So then they go into a contemporary class, and that's really not so much like a full contemporary class. It's more about giving you exercise to see how you move. Do you have a good rhythmic kind of connection, coordination?
So they're looking at like maybe travelling in and out of the floor, shifting in the
how
space.
You connect with your body. And again, you don't have to have a lot of experience in that. You can just show that you have adaptability for that.
I had never done contemporary dance for my audition.
And I didn't know that.
My audition was
that
my first contemporary dance class.
That must have been super scary.
It was strange.
Yeah.
I was Russian ballet trained, and so then going to a contemporary dance class, everyone took their shoes off. I was like, what's happening?
Oh my God.
Barefoot. People touched the floor.
That's hilarious.
Rolling.
So
Why
dirty.
are we rolling on the floor? But then I think the way it's taught is obviously like a dance class. It's broken down and it's scaffolded. And for me, it was because I was traveling a lot in this space. And when I made a mistake, I just tried to redo it again in the next group and try and pick it up.
Exactly.
And I think that's what was the part. They were like, oh, you're trying.
That's what you're looking for.
Yeah, we're looking for that.
So oftentimes in that audition, when people give you information, they're really giving you that to see if you can embed that
Yes,
quite quickly,
yeah,
because that's a
feedback.
skill you're going to need to be able to do,
Yeah.
constant editing. And so that's for the diploma class. That's kind of their audition is over after that. In the BA, we start with the contemporary class, and that's our full contemporary class. Right. And then we do a ballet class. And again, if you're looking for a contemporary kind of outcome, we're not expecting maybe that you've spent lots of time in a ballet class. We're looking that you have some kind of application for it. Otherwise, because it is still a big chunk of the course.
Yeah.
And so they'll do the contemporary class, the ballet class, and then we do the 1 minute solo where the student has created that themselves. So that's their chance, as Sian was saying, to really show who they are and what other skills they might have that might not be evident in the contemporary and ballet classes.
Yeah.
So
and
often
the 1 minute solo, because people have asked me a lot of questions on the Instagram about this 1 minute solo. It can be in any dance style.
Any dance style.
They bring their own music or no music or whatever, however you would like to present it.
Yeah, usually I mean, technology changes so much. There were times when people would bring it on CDs and stuff. But, I mean, most people have it on their phone.
Yeah, I think
and
mine was on a CD.
Yeah, we just Bluetooth it through the speaker. And
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes that is the point where you really see someone that maybe hasn't been seen in the first two parts of the audition, and then the solo happens and you're like, okay, they felt comfortable enough in that period of time to be able to show you what they can do. And so we're looking for all of those little things.
Yeah, that leads me into my next question, is what you're looking for. Someone to get a placement into WAAPA. I think you've kind of touched on it. It's the idea of adaptability, like being able to take on feedback, but then creativity as well.
Absolutely, because choreography is such a big part of the course. We spend 3 hours a week. You learn in first year kind of nuts and bolts of the unit, but in second year you're making your own works from second year. In third year you really make, if you go into third year choreography, you're making a large scale work and you're putting it in the new building. We'll be in our own dance theatre. At the moment we're using Studio A, but you're lighting it, you're designing it, and that in terms of getting work once you leave WAAPA, a lot of companies now require you to be able to create things, even in a ballet company. You're not just a dancer
and a choreographer telling you what to do.
That's right.
They're tasking.
So oftentimes when people say to me, oh, I really don't like making my own choreography or tasking, I'm kind of like, well, I don't know what you will do because it's across the board. And you should be thankful that actually you have a voice in the work that's being made, because there was a time when I danced when people just told you, point your foot, lift your leg here and do that.
It's nice to have your own voice in performances.
Absolutely.
And then when you watch the performance back, you're like, oh, that's my part that I created, and that's me, and that's how I dance as well. Yeah, I think being an understanding of the creative process is really important, but that solo then becomes very important for the audition, because that's a little piece of you in the space.
That's your chance to really show
your
who
personality
you are.
and mine was a ballet solo because I wasn't prepared.
Tambourine.
Whoop, whoop. A little point solo. But that actually was me at that point in time in year 12.
Well, and also
I was surrounded by that, and that's who I was.
Yeah.
And it showed my technique.
Absolutely.
Which was the main thing that I knew at the time. But I also think it was a bit sassy as well. So it showed like my personality and my bubbliness, and that's what made me stand out. It wasn't the fact that it was like the most amazing point, because I know it wasn't. I did the bachelor course, so.
Well, and you were doing it in Studio A.
I know, I was doing it in Studio A. Slippery, woo, on point. But I think it was the joyfulness that came through.
Absolutely.
In that.
And I think that's the other thing. It's a stressful situation if you make it stressful. But as you said, if you just think you're going in and you're just going to do a workshop, you're going in to have fun. And these people aren't scary. They're there to have a good time too and enjoy the process.
And learn about you and see what you like.
And oftentimes when you feel really comfortable, you just do your best.
Yeah.
Because you're not worried about anything, just having a good time.
Obviously, our students, our year 12s, are looking into the audition process now and applying. So for our teachers who have trained our year 11s and 12s through ATAR, what do you think is the main thing that a teacher should be implementing into the year 11 and 12 course to prepare them for this audition, or prepare them as a dancer to move into tertiary education?
again, it's just trying to keep, because year 12's hard. Year 11 and 12's hard, it's particularly year 12. So oftentimes there's not a lot of time, extra time to do outside classes and things. So technique becomes really important, that daily we're doing all of the things that we need to do to keep us on the boil. I would also say people need to be aware that we understand that year 12 is a stressful year. So oftentimes people are auditioning, maybe they're not in the best physical condition that they were the year before, when they could do a lot more stuff. So that we take all of that into consideration. So I think people should be really clear. We do understand the outer workings of what they're going through, and we are again looking for potential and the ability to work with people.
People skills.
I
actually think it's really important, and I've noticed it being at WAAPA and then moving into teaching and now doing this kind of work, that the people skills are so important in this industry. Being a good person and being polite and asking questions and wondering and just being inquisitive is actually really important. So I think encouraging that in the classroom is really good as well. So not just being, this is what you need to do and you need to be at this level, and like that stern, scary. What doesn't help anyone. What are you thinking of? And show me who you are as a person. And,
about communication. We're going to, at the end of the day, after all this training, we're going on a stage to tell stories.
Yes.
So yes, technique's important, but ultimately it isn't not the most important thing. The most important thing is that you're an artist that can give freely.
And your ideas and parts of yourself. And we're going to jump a little bit. We're going to look back at the courses that they're doing now. So our first, second and third year students, if they are working towards being a professional dancer, performances and performance qualities are really important. You can't just have beautiful technique. That's amazing. But then when you get on the stage, an audience member doesn't know anything about technique. They're like, you can tell when someone doesn't have technique on stage, but they're looking to be entertained. They're looking for performance quality, transformed.
Exactly.
So the opportunities at WAAPA to perform, what does the performance season look like?
So that is a large part of the course again. So first year you will be working probably in the first semester so normally June and November are the performance seasons. Usually about 4 to 5 weeks of rehearsal, and then a week of production, and then a week of performances, so a series of performances. First year, you're probably working in repertoire in the first semester, and that's an in-house kind of showing. We don't do that in the theatre because we're first-year students, so we're still learning, keeping it low key. In the second semester, you might do a creative development with some of the work that you've made in choreo, and that's retransformed. Last year, I worked with the 2BAs, which was Sian's group, with Rachel McDonald, who's a director, works a lot in opera, and we collaborated on a work together. So we used the last part of the year as like a creative development. We didn't make anything, we just had bits and pieces to show people. And then this year, when they were in second year, the first season, we created the work in the June season.
So it's a good transition for them to see.
It was a real honour to have that time to play around with a group of people, get to know them before you even have to make the work the following year. And second year you'll do another big work in November, and third year you'll do the same things. So performances are big. We try to get that over the 3 years you've worked with state choreographers, so people from WA, interstate choreographers, and someone international. Because the international networking is really important for students, and Perth's isolated, so we make great dancers, but if no one gets to see them, they don't get the job. So we need to keep all of that connection happening, and so that's a big part of the course, is to give students
guest artists into Perth, into WAAPA, and how long are the guest artists there with them? 5 weeks, is it?
Probably all up about 6 weeks by the time they've done rehearsal, production and performance.
Which is quick turnaround.
And
but
also
really good.
Different ways of working.
Learning and working different styles, different techniques from interstate and internationally. And then the international opportunities we're touching on now. So there are opportunities for exchanges as well for students.
That's correct, So in second year, but only in the bachelor course. The vet courses don't allow the exchange program to happen. But in the bachelor course in second year, second semester, you can do an exchange with one of our partners, which we have Sunny Purchase in New York, which is a prestigious school just outside New York City.
Yeah. What an amazing experience.
Yeah, and Tsinghua, the Taiwan National University of the Arts. So this year we've had 3 students go to Tsinghua. Unfortunately, no students from Tsinghua have come, but I think that's just the political environment at the moment maybe. We've had 6 USA students come on exchange. Unfortunately, the 4 exchange students that we're sending to America weren't able to go because of the visa issues.
Right. Yeah, so the exchange is a good experience for them to see dance in obviously a different culture and a different environment from WA, and also find those connections for future as well.
Yeah. And also, I think for people that haven't been away, perhaps you've just been in Perth your whole life, having an exchange to Taiwan.
Incredible.
Yeah, incredible. It's life-changing. Often you see those kids come back from exchange and they're like, oh, I'm ready to go now because I've had this experience.
I actually remember people coming back and their confidence and their actual dancing had changed. Like they had adapted a new style. And it made them stand out here in Perth because they had this different style that they had brought back.
And it's nice to be able to go somewhere and no one knows you.
Yes.
You can be different. If you were lazy back home, well, you don't have to be
you
lazy.
Don't have to,
You could be like the person that's on the ball all the time.
If you're quiet now,
Change
you're like super loud. Beautiful. I love it. And that's the end of part 1 of our Behind the Step WAAPA series. But we're only just getting started. In part 2, we're taking you behind the scenes of WAAPA and ECU's massive move into Yagan Square, exploring how this shift connects students right into the heart of Perth's art scene. Plus, you'll get an unfiltered look at student life from someone living it right now, second-year dance student Sian Carvel. If you've ever wondered what it really feels like to study at WAAPA, this is the episode you can't miss. Hit follow, subscribe, and share this with a friend who dreams of dancing on the big stage. Your backstage pass to WAAPA continues in part 2. Don't miss it.